Alrighty guys, so let's see how this will work. I was encountering some lagging, so not quite sure what happened. I thought we were through with these technical issues, but it's a bit of a hot day today in Arizona, so it wouldn't be my show without it being sometimes a technical issue here and there. But overall, hi everybody. For those of you joining us the first time, my name is Slav. I run a channel called Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. We're a bit of a community. Keep in mind, I will try my best to answer your messages in the chat, but we're going back to the early days of the channel where a lot of our gear is going to be sitting in the car to keep it cool. So we're back and not doing as well. So let me launch my phone so I can at least keep pace with what you guys are talking about. Howdy everybody. Promise. Hey UAL, how are you? Hi Kate. Kevin, welcome back sir. And I really can't cross over the cables. So a lot of you ask me, Slav, why do you always stream from these areas? Well, this is the thing. At Sky Harbor, we have a lot of dead areas for internet. And those dead areas can sometimes not behave with our computer. So we actually have to be in these areas for a reason. I think Nabila might be mad at us because I didn't say hi in like literally 2 minutes. So if she comes back, hi Nabila. Yeah, so apparently I learned a lesson. You get what you paid for, and I bought a very terrible tripod and it is going in the garbage unless somebody wants to claim it. So over here we have Florida 1. It's warm today at Sky Harbor. It's like 100 and shows 106 here on my phone. So just remember, on this channel, it's usually the first few minutes is where I'm trying to figure stuff out. The next few minutes are me basically talking smack about Spirit. And then afterwards, it's all fun. Don't be mad, Nabila. We're trying to keep it a very cool place here. Also, guys, I am super excited for it to actually cool off here. Like, we had 2 days where it actually felt like nice, and now it's back to being the devil. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I am not a big fan of the heat. So Florida 1 is headed to Long Beach, and looks like the British Airways just landed. I didn't even know. Our next plane that's going to be departing is United Airlines 737-900. He is going to LAX. And up here, looks like we have a, how do you call it, Dassault or Dassault Mirage? Not Mirage, what is it? A Falcon. Oh. So random historic fact that I know. So during the Iraq-Iran war, did you guys know that the Iranians were actually attacked? Actually, not Iranians. The Iraqis modified one of these planes to actually carry, it was a Falcon, they modified it to carry weapons, and it accidentally had attacked a U.S. destroyer. I don't know why I know this. I think I was watching too much of this aviation disasters channel. But I gotta cross over, so give me a second. Hey, it's still hot. I don't like the heat, okay? HP Flyboy. I remember Nabila. So, I'm actually a pretty big fan of these Evo Blues. From what I'm hearing, United is going to be opening up a lounge here at Sky Harbor. I really hope I didn't set up right in front of the stupid pillar. No! This spot is both a blessing and a curse. The blessing is we're kind of in the shade. The curse is stuff like that. I'm tempted to move to a different spot because we won't be able to get these takeoffs. So, don't mind me as I slowly move the camera, which should buy us some movement. I'm really hoping this fixes our tracking issue because we're better. And this looks like a little JSX that's coming in. Or actually no, Ameriflight. Nice little touchdown. Keep in mind, I cannot monitor the chat right now since alrighty, up next is the little CRJ. It's a warm day, guys. Warm day for me. Hopefully you guys are having a good Monday. Alrighty, so this is the plane a lot of people like. This is the Florida 1 livery. So Southwest has a bunch of cool liveries that represent every state. On our last live stream, we ended with Tennessee 1. Today we have Florida 1. Alrighty, and then we will look at the United, and I will lock you guys down for a second so I can answer some messages on the chat. So this is the old livery. Kind of reminds me more of a Continental than United. United and Continental did merge. Also, Frontier Airlines just announced another expansion. I know we've talked about it before, but I feel like that airline is actually going to take over like the low budget carrier, especially with Spirit going away. They're going to be the only kid, maybe compete with Allegiant. But I think Allegiant's kind of developed a reputation. So yeah, let me double check if everything is working. Sometimes it doesn't work and I stream. Oh guys, I hope you guys are all having a lovely Monday. It's as you can see, our show started off a little bit in a hiccup, but it wouldn't be our show without a hiccup. So the Southwest that's powering up is headed to Midway, Chicago. I hate that freaking thing. The popping noise is like these joints, and it's like the most annoying thing. I feel like somebody's like shooting. Stupid. So the little CRJ is headed to Oklahoma City. And I got to figure out the fluidity of the tripod so I can make smooth movements. Because we did use this for a night stream and we had a heavier camera, so all the settings are kind of jacked up right now. The air density must be really bad because a lot of them are using up most of the runway. I was even debating if I wanted to do a night stream. So over here, I think we have a little Surf Air that might be headed to Sholo. I know they usually head to Sholo. So it's a little smaller airplane. It might be a private plane, not quite sure to be honest. I need a drink, guys. Non-alcoholic to be exact. Let's see. Anything cool on that area? We have a Swift there. Oh. It's funny, we were actually praising that it wasn't hot in Arizona, but now it's back to being hot and I don't like it anymore. So it looks like our next plane that's going to be landing is going to be a Southwest Airlines coming in from New Orleans. And we do have an MD-11 coming in, so let's see how far away he is. He is about to cross into Arizona, so he's about above Farmington, New Mexico. Honestly, guys, this is probably the worst spot I could have set up in. Yeah, it's warm here, guys, like literally. Also, so you guys remember how I slammed my my finger in the door? Would you guys like to see what's happening with my fingernail now? Yes or no? Also, I am extremely happy because I believe this plane is going to land on my favorite runway. For those of you that don't know, anytime a plane lands on runway 25 right, I become like a little girl and I start screaming because I think it's the most beautiful runway. There she is. Heck yeah, that was nice, very nice. Alrighty, so we're going to pan over. I don't understand why my panning is like so janky. And our next plane that's going to be arriving on the runway looks like an American Airbus A321. Balance. See, the problem is I didn't balance this, so it's being a jerk to me today. It needs to cool off here. I'm honestly getting like I know we made jokes about it, but on our last stream, but we've had like false falls. So this plane is actually headed to Nashville, Tennessee. But we're in the stage where it feels like it should be fall, but then we always get these like crazy warm temperatures. Yeah, it may be 98 degrees, but the concrete makes it feel a lot worse. Alrighty, so since you guys wanted to, this is what my nail looks like. It's starting to disintegrate. It's developed a hole in it. So that's what happens when you don't pay attention and you close the door on it. So we have a little Embraer 175 that is headed to San Luis Obispo. We actually just went up there a few weeks ago to buy a car. We got an Audi S5. These little Embraers remind me of like sparrows. They look like little burbs. Yes, I did say burb, not bird. Also, I know there were some aviation races in Reno this weekend, and there was a tragedy that happened. One of the pilots ended up crashing their planes, so prayers to his family. Kind of sad. The aviation community is pretty intertwined. Like we're all nerds. We all like to help each other. So if there's a GoFundMe you guys find out, let me know. I would love to donate. Anyways, for you guys that are coming here for the first time, welcome to Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. It's a channel based out of Phoenix, Arizona. We primarily are just kind of a community of plane nerds. We like to chat. So hey, morning Luke, how are you? Interesting, Kev. Hey Douglas, how are you, sir? Valley Spotter, I do not see the A400. He might be hit it. For you guys that don't know, the A400 of the German Air Force is here. So it's a pretty big plane. And to all the ground crew that are watching this, stay hydrated, my friends. Also, we do have a parking fund set up in the form of stickers and chats. I'm not going to push it heavily on you guys. I'm still good, but that's why we had to activate ads. So you can at least give me some money so I can continue paying those $24 parking things. Alrighty, ground crew action. And I refuse to sell memberships. I think those are just money grabs. So be a member. I don't care. long as you guys click the like and subscribe and notification, that's all I care about. And I'll do the rest. I'll pay for the internet and I'll pay for everything else. Ugh, this Gatorade is warm. It's like, tastes like salt. Hola, Hendrix. Also, I know that there was a tropical storm that just hit Puerto Rico, so it's kind of a messed up situation over there. So hopefully everybody stays safe. But our next plane that is landing is a Southwest coming from Burbank, and the plane that's lining up is about to be departing to Sacramento, home of my Sacramento Kings, America's lovable loser. I don't even know if America loves the Kings. I just know they're losers. It's a smooth touchdown, and let's see this plane that's headed to Sacramento depart. Alrighty, I think I dialed in the perfect settings for this. Good old Southwest. They are interesting. Really good airline, but their taxiing skills are hilarious. I think they're primarily the reason why the 737 is still in production. Because if you think about it, this is actually a very dated design. Like, it's from the 60s. And I'm shocked that Boeing hasn't done anything to, like, maybe make a new airliner. I cannot freaking get this right today. What is wrong with me? I think I just keep thinking about the heat, and it's just kind of throwing me out of rhythm, guys. And it looks like we're getting some storms, so maybe we're getting like a random monsoon coming in. But the next plane that's lining up is an A320 that is headed to Tampa. We're getting a slight wind, but the wind actually feels like if you turn on a hairdryer. Off to Tampa they go. One of the ground ops vehicles. Alrighty, this Southwest is taxiing out. So let's check the chat while we're on a wide. Let's not mention the red shirt guy. So if you guys don't know who red shirt guy is, so on Friday you could actually go to like the 2-hour 55-minute mark. There was actually a Southwest plane that was parked for almost an hour, and there was somebody wearing a very obnoxious red shirt, and we called him red shirt guy. And right before the plane was going to disconnect, they couldn't disconnect it, and it was hilarious. But UAL, yes, I agree. Boeing is milking this 737. Like, if you think about it, like, you would think it would have a more sleeker look, but they put big engines on it. They put a system that was basically a kill switch, and their greed was, oh, thank you, Connie. And their greed ended up resulting in the deaths of a lot of people, which is unfortunate in this day and age. When you have two brand new planes crash one after the other, that's a big issue. I'm excited for the monsoon, man. I think we need it. So this American Airlines A321 says not available, and then the 737 we're looking at is flying to Ontario, Canada, or not Canada, California. So, whoops. I know there's two of them. Thanks, Connie. I really appreciate the kind words. If I seem a little flustered today, it's been one of those days, I'll be honest. So this is my time to clear the head and hang out with you guys. I was going to surprise you guys on Saturday and stream, but I ate some bad food, so it made my stomach hurt really bad. Also, Leah and I were just laughing the entire time of that show, so that made it worth. And remember to smash that like button. Trust me, I know it takes you a second, but it does help our algorithm. Alrighty, so here comes the MAX 8. As you can see, there's an American Airlines 737. So that's a difference. So those are the older engines. And as you can see on the MAX, those are the new ones, the big boys. But eventually, once it cools off, I will be inviting some guest hosts on this, so it's going to be a much smoother operation. Actually, we are approaching our 1-month anniversary of doing these streams. We actually started streaming on a Wednesday approximately 4 weeks ago, so maybe on Wednesday I'll bring a cake and I will eat a cake in front of you guys, or if somebody wants to smash me with the cake, we can make that happen too. So the American Airlines is headed to Philly. Hopefully they have ESPN on there so people can watch the Eagles play. I know Philadelphia people are very sports oriented. Locking you guys down. I'm gonna check some chats. So how's everyone's Monday going? You guys having a good day? We have an MD-11 that is about 22 minutes out, so hopefully he does come on this side. Hello, my German friend. Nah, you guys are good. Whatever you guys can do, smash the like. I'm not asking for much from anybody. Literally, I just want to build a community here. I want to make it different, and I want to make it just more fun and friendly for everyone. Like, that's the whole point of doing these streams. So we're all just here vibing. I will actually post behind the scenes today so you guys can actually see what it looks like, how I am running this ship. So it's kind of a dead time right now, but I think some of these are about to depart and hoping to see this MD coming in. It is showing that an MD-11 did come live. But as you can see, the airport is, even the tankers have gone out. So these tankers are usually here. A couple of the copperheads have left. And then we have another Southwest that's about to taxi out. But first off, there's an Embraer that is getting in position to take off. So this little baby Embraer, judging, I would say is probably headed somewhere in the West Coast. He's actually headed to El Paso. I know a few years ago when I used to travel to the El Paso route, they were primarily serviced by a CRJ like 900. I used to fly on that route quite a bit. But these little Brazilian phenoms are starting to take over, the little Embraers. Come on, take off, little dude. There you go. Enjoy El Paso. I usually used to fly to El Paso, and then I would connect and go to Las Cruces, New Mexico. So it was like basically fly for an hour and 20 minutes and then drive for like an hour and 20 minutes. Crazy to think, out of the 727, 737, and 747, this plane is still being manufactured. We've seen like 10 different variants of this plane. Alrighty guys, a little bit of a change up from the Southwest at the American Airlines. We have an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737. He is probably headed to Seattle, the home of Geno Smith, one of America's worst quarterbacks. And people were saying, oh, he didn't get the message. Geno Smith is washed up. This is actually my favorite airline. I've flown on them a couple of times, and every time customer service was top notch. It's like Southwest with assigned seats and slightly better customer service. This is a heavy one today. So it's about a 3-hour flight up there. If you've never flown to Washington or to Seattle, the coolest part about the flight is when you finally get to see Mount Rainier. It is a freaking beautiful sight. Like, I will never forget it. It just pops out of anywhere. So look, that's what we were talking, pops out of nowhere. So that's actually the tow bar that we always bring up. So those tow bars are kept in there to kind of keep the plane balanced when they're loading it up. Without it, the plane would actually probably sit on its butt. If you ever want to see what that looks like, look up the USC airplane that actually did touch the ground. It was a 900 series 737 that did that. I hear a bell. That means one of them is leaving. Alrighty, so here we go. These are, wow, this Frontier is actually approaching this runway really, really late. This guy popped out of nowhere. It's a bouncy boy. So these are my favorite shots, the pushback shots, where we can actually see the ground crew working. I'm a big fan of those. Hi Josephine, welcome. Thank you for joining us again. Josephine is the channel's mom. Actually, the guy literally, the Frontier Air usually, they're a little bit lower, but I just wasn't expecting him to pop out of the garages the way he did. So I learned something new as well. I guess the Southwest, the vests, if the person's wearing an orange vest, they're training. Or the orange vest is the Main person, and the green vest is somebody that's training. So I actually see a guy training how to drive one of the tugs. Apologize when I dip the camera. I am always on the lookout for an airplane that's landing, so. Thanks, Next Jets. Happy Tuesday, Luke. Luke lives in New Zealand. He joins us. He's one of our friends. And ERB is our Brazilian super fan. Alrighty, he is about to push out. As he does that, I'm going to go get something out of my car. So our next plane is a Airbus A320. This plane is actually headed to San Francisco. San Francisco used to be one of my favorite cities to go to, but I feel like the last few years it's kind of become a tarnished city. There's a big transient issue, and I've seen a lot of burglaries happen there. So one of my friends was just recently there, and his car got broken into and a lot of his gear was stolen. So hopefully these people that go there keep your valuables close to you. But we will be live for like 2 hours today, guys. I gotta get some stuff done, so typically on average I like to be live for like an hour or two, but today is gonna be like 2 hours. What is that? Probably something normal, but I'm like seeing it from a distance and I think it's shiny. Oh, it's an Embraer Brasilia. And that bell sounds like somebody's off to an adventure. All right, right, let's see where this MD-11 is that we are patiently waiting for. Our first stream lasted a total of 6 minutes before I lost my cool on the tripod. Didn't lose the cool, I just didn't like that the tripod wasn't working. MD-11 is very shortly coming this way. And next up is a Southwest 737-700 series that is headed to San Diego. I think he should be next to depart. Unless the Brasilia goes first, but Brasilia is over there. I know United and US Airways Express used to, correct me if I'm wrong, but they used to operate those. And right behind them is a Nissan Sentra, operated by our security team that's called the cops on me a few times. But the officers are really nice. A lot of bugs on there. And there's the plane that's going to San Diego. And right up we have a Delta A321. Tail number in case any of you guys need it. This Delta is headed to Minneapolis, and the little Airbus A319 is headed to San Jose. Moment of truth for the MD-11. Will it land where we are, or will it go somewhere else? I have a feeling it's going to go on the north runway. So the Delta looks like it's going to be going first. I'd like to compare this to like Airbus's version of the Boeing 757. And enjoy Minneapolis, everybody. But to those of you that are new, welcome to our channel, our community. We are based out of Phoenix, Arizona at Sky Harbor Airport. So thank you for joining us and spending part of your day with us. bit about our airport. We're kind of more of like a smaller feeder airport. We don't get that many wide bodies, but whenever we do, we feel excited about them. So, alrighty guys, special news. The MD-11 is coming our way, so big boy is coming in. Remember, hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. So the difference between 737, 700, it has like the smaller engines. Like for example, let me show you. So that over there is basically the 800, 700 series engine. And right over there, I hope that's a Max. Nope, regular. I'll show you a Max. The Max has bigger engines. Headed to San Jose. And here's the Surf Air. Alrighty, so there we have it. We have the MD-11 coming our way. So that is one of our big planes. We get a lot of freighters, we get a lot of heavies, and this is actually my favorite plane. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11. As I like to call it, the big boy. And we have a go around, guys. He seems to have run out of runway. So pretty common. That is 2 times in a row that we've seen an MD-11 go around on this channel, guys. The gear is up. And he's going to do another approach. Wild. Wow. I am actually baffled and like... I don't know how to feel about that, guys. What do you think? So every aircraft has like a specific set of where they should be landing, or basically limitations. And I think he was a little halfway through the runway before he had to abort his landing. The beautiful thing is we'll be able to get it coming in a second time. So also, I was clicking stuff in my pockets. If I ban you, I'm so sorry. Yep, it happened last week. JSX has already taken off, but everybody is holding. I have no idea why they're holding. Yeah, that was crazy. Last week we had an aborted landing too. Yep, John, I think that's what happened. Come on guys, there's 100 of us in there. It's like, smash that like button. It's gonna help me out quite a bit. Let's see, I'm trying to see if I can see him in the sky. My flight radar is starting to act up, guys, because of the heat. But hopefully this MD has a better look. So as you can see, this gentleman is dragging the tow bar or the tail jack. So that actually might end up at the end of this plane. Here we have a Frontier landing. Hurry up, Len, I want to film him putting on the bar. But alrighty, so this is the process of putting the bar on. I know we've talked about it, so you guys can at least see how it's done. And then we have an American Airlines 737 headed to LAX and a 737 MAX 8. So this is how I can explain. So as you can see, that's a regular 737. So notice the engine. So look at it this way. So the engine of this plane is slightly smaller than the next one that's going to come up. I know somebody asked what the difference was, so let's show them. The MD is making its approach again. So you can see I hope he comes this way again. So as you can see, look at the back of the engine. They have these little cutouts and they're a bit larger than the other ones. So you can see the big hump. And that is the actual traditional smaller engine. So I'll lock you down so you can kind of see it. Yep, like John says, the scallops on the engine of the Max are intended to reduce the noise. So as you can see, that's a regular engine on the 737. So I'll leave this plane. Alrighty, MD is back. That was a regular engine, so anyways, before we filmed the MD, that is the other engine of it. So as you can see, totally different engines. And of course the Southwest has to go first. She's coming back. He'll hit it this time. Much better landing this time. Woo! Alright guys, I'm gonna take a little break, just get another drink of water. So you can see these empty Southwest gates. In a few hours, these will be booming with life. But there's our plane, the one that had some difficulties landing. I'm glad they landed safe though. Hey Tony, welcome back, dude. Yeah, he did it the other day as well. I think he was approaching the runway at a very fast speed. And then aborted. Waves high to Slav. Hey, as long as the landing is good. Hey Douglas, what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to these streams right now or to the chat. I actually trust my, I'm trusting the moderators to keep the peace in the chat. So eventually, my plan is to have somebody else run the camera and I can make comments and just reply to you guys. We're about to see a pushback. Hey Kate, did you get a new job? Sorry if I've kind of been neglecting you guys. Also, for those of you that are new here, my name is Slaven. People call me Slav, S-L-A-V. I actually run a page called Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. We're a plane spotting page out of Phoenix, Arizona. I like to call us a plane spotting community, and we have people that join us from all over the world on this stream. So I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I really like when we have a large following. So right now, well, it's dead. We're watching the ground crew. We have a pushback from the gates. So last night what I started doing, this is going to age me, I started converting a lot of our old VCR tapes into digital files, and it's actually kind of fun. Fun kind of seeing old memories come back to life. So it was neat. Brought a lot of memories of seeing family members that we've lost. So one thing I always want to let you guys know is